to give you guys a little bit of an update on the Palram by Canopia greenhouse that Phil and I built last year or last winter. It has survived a bunch of storms, a lot of wind, down branches like hail and snow, and it has been so great. I know there's been a lot of concerns. I read reviews like when I was building it that the polycarbonate panels are a little flimsy, but to be honest, like it's held up really well, and I'm quite impressed. It served my purposes really well, and I'll show you guys what I've got going on inside. So throughout the winter, I used a little space heater here off of an extension cord to keep the temperature inside the greenhouse above freezing. So we used a controller. Phil's an electrical engineer, and so he found some controllers for us, and it's just plugged in. The heater is just plugged into this controller, and it could set a set point, and it would, just set it like 34, 36 degrees, and that would keep the greenhouse from freezing. That being said, it got unplugged or something at one point, and we did end up getting ice inside the greenhouse, which was not great. So I had some of my succulents that they got frozen, and they did die. Some of them got some frost damage. They froze, and it broke some of the cell walls in there, but otherwise it's been great. I started these onions a couple weeks ago. They're about ready for me to transplant out. My strawberry planter down here is looking great. All of those strawberries are coming back. My pomegranate here is about ready to, you can't really see that, it's about ready to explode here. So that's part of what I'm going to do today, is actually set some of this stuff outside. Looking at the forecast, I do not believe that it's going to freeze in the next week, and our last frost-free day for this area should be April 8th. So if you're watching after that, then, it obviously took me a little time to get this posted. Another issue that I did have, you can see here, something did get into the greenhouse and ate a lot of my seeds that I had started about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I think it was a mouse. I did find like some very small droplets. I think it was a mouse, probably just one, from what I can tell, maybe 2, I don't know for sure. And so it got into my pumpkin seeds, my delicata squash seeds, zucchini, and I think it just realized that there were seeds there and just started going through like every cell. And so I did lose a lot of seeds. I'll show you in a second, but like there's some stuff that have come back up that I don't think was eaten or found, but the soil was definitely disturbed. So some things did survive. I've got some sweet peas here, one calendula, one Cosmo, and then down here I've got a couple of broccoli left, one Swiss chard, some tomatillos, and then I just saw some yellow pear coming up, which is actually really nice because this is the last of the yellow pear seeds that I had. Tomatoes, yellow pear tomatoes. So I'm gonna clean some of this up, maybe get some stuff replanted. Oh, just noticed that I might have some Homestead and Ace 55 tomatoes that are popping up here as well. So greenhouse is a little packed right now. I'm gonna try to get some of this cleaned up. Overall, it worked really well. I did also try starting some carrots inside the greenhouse over the winter. They did, just because of the temperature, it was really cold, and so they just didn't do very much. And now that the temperatures have warmed up, the greenhouse is getting up to 75 degrees during the day. So like these are looking awesome. But over here, you can see more of where something got in here trying to burrow up and eat some of those seeds. So I also had a problem with flies, some sort of mosquito-like fly thing, and there's still some of them in here. I don't know if it came in on a soil or compost or something that I brought into the greenhouse, but they're just about gone now. I've left the vent open for a while trying to get these things out. I've also been spraying with neem oil in here to deal with some of the mold that came up after some of my plants got iced out. And so I definitely had some lessons learned. There's definitely things that I would do differently for this next winter. But all in all, I'm really, really happy with this greenhouse. It's one of my happy places. So I brought a chair up here to just kind of sit. I bring my laptop up here sometimes to do some seed cataloging, and I just find excuses to hang out up here sometimes. Brought my coffee, and that's what I'm going to do today. So I really love the Palram by Canopia greenhouse. This is a Snap and Grow one, 6x8. If you haven't seen my previous video about how to build this, go check that out. For those of you that might be trying to figure out if this might be for you. So I love it. I'm a fan. Obviously, like if I had more money, then maybe I would go for something a little more robust. Or if I thought that I was going to be at this house for, the rest of my life, I might invest in something that is a little more permanent. But, Phil and I are still young. We don't have kids yet. And so, I think for the price, for our budget, for, lifelong goals, like this greenhouse was perfect for what we needed.